my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm primarily focuses on family law. Please subscribe to our channel. What do you do if the other person's on drugs? You got, here's the scenario. You share a child. There's a custody case coming up. Maybe it's down the road. Maybe it's coming up in a week. You find out that the other person's addicted to drugs. What do you do? Well, obviously, you've got to protect your child from the impact of the other person using drugs. In a vacuum, if the other person uses drugs, and who knows what that really means. Does that mean they smoke marijuana on occasion? Does that mean they're into heroin and cocaine? What does that really involve? You really have to, primarily not focus on the fact that the person's engaged in that level of illegality, so much as the child is exposed to it, and that's not in the best interest of the child. Theoretically, if a person is a regular, for example, drug user, but can prove that the person is absolutely clean and sober, not only when the child's with him, but for 3 days prior and 3 days after, he completely abstains, theoretically, his individual drug use might not even be a factor. The court may say, well, it's interesting, but it's not relevant to the best interest factors because there's clear proofs that no such activity is engaged in when the child is involved in the picture. Now, a lot of courts won't draw that line. It's true. A lot of courts will think if he's a drug addict, he's always a drug addict, whatever. But the point is, you've got to show your proofs as they relate to the best interest of the minor child. Now, what do you do if you've got a hearing coming up on the custody that will analyze those factors, but the hearing's not for 4 months? Meanwhile, the child's going to the mom and she's a drug addict. What do you do about that? Well, the answer is you contact your lawyer, and motions are filed to suspend parenting time subject to the person taking a drug test, subject to the person proving that they are not addicted to drugs. The court's going to have to conduct a hearing to make that determination, but believe me, if the court feels that there's a drug problem on the other side, the court will take swift action to make sure that that person doesn't have exposure to the children, because it might put the children at risk. Being under the influence, not being able to respond to emergencies, driving the children while you're under the influence of drugs. All these things the court's going to be very concerned about. If you have that going on, of course, reach out and we'll be glad to help you out.